Hello, everybody. Welcome to podcast number 4, December 21st. What's up, Ron?
Not a lot, man. 4th installment. 4 days till Christmas, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then guess what else? We got my main man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Manuel?
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
Good.
Good. I'm glad we can finally get you here.
Oh, fuck my ass. My phone. Just a second.
All right, well, me and Manuel will spitball here. Fire day. It's far day. It's Friday. It's far day. I farted. I didn't fart. I have an asshole. I have a TV in my room. So, yeah, it's December 21st. 4 days till Christmas, and me and Manuel have work tomorrow. That's always cool.
Good thing that we're out for what, a week?
I think so, like a whole week. And then we have to go back the following week, like right after New Year's Day.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's how we get the money. The guap. So, finally we have you here. You were here for our first one, but you were playing your Switch, and I mentioned that in the first one.
No, I was here for the first one. I was here for the second one.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I was here for the second one. And
Want to get you closer. We're sharing the mic, by the way, everyone. Me and Manuel are sharing the mic, so it's a little bit hard.
Yeah, I was here for the second one, but it was like a test run kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was cool, but it was when Soph was here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You and Soph were chilling on the couch, and then
I was trying to freaking watch a movie. No, you have to turn it off.
yeah, yeah. We're podcasting. We gotta have every sound in the house turned off, and Ron is still looking for his cell phone. Unfortunately, he can't find it, but that's okay because we got me and Manuel today.
Yeah.
So, first things first. What do you think of our first 3 podcasts? How do you like them? Tell the people.
Well, first of all, the plan was like all the guys just be on the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Cause I don't know. I was being me most of the time, but every time I listen to it, I just feel like I'm on the podcast with you guys.
You feel like you're talking to us, like you're in here with me and Ronnie talking, and you're having a blast.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't know where my phone's at, but I remember some of my ideas that were in it.
Ooh, Ron's back, guys. He was gone for a minute. Yeah, so I was asking him how he liked the first 3, and obviously he was here for 2 of them. The first one sucked.
Yeah, the first one sucked.
The second one was too structured. The third one, I thought we hit it right in the butt. It was a good one. I third one was a good one.
Third one was a pretty good one.
And I just think it's crazy that we're on number 4 now. I figured by the end of June we're going to be on like podcast 30 if we post it every Saturday. But
if we're going to be another statistic, we got like 3 more to go.
Big facts. Well, it's like, not only that though, it's like today we're doing it on a Friday. Normally we do it Saturday. There's no telling if we're going to do one Saturday. I want to. But hopefully maybe John can come over. Or cousin Johnny, little brother. Shout out Johnny. I know he listens to this too. I'm getting a couple good feedbacks.
Yeah, see, now you're getting all the feedback. I haven't got shit.
Yeah, shout out Monzo. He was he wants us to do like a live thing too because he has like some ideas and stuff. And in my head I'm like, bro, maybe we should just get him on here one day. I mean, it doesn't have to be any day soon, but Monzo's a funny dude. Shout out Joel. Saw him at Walmart. If he's gonna listen to this one. Shout out to you, bud. That's cool. You came up to me. You made me feel like a superstar for once. This Tebow stepping in the background, if you can hear that. Fuck off, bro.
Like fucking hardwood floors.
Yeah, me and Manuel were at... Oh, speaking of me and Manuel at Walmart, the story to Walmart was ridiculous, bro. So I don't even think I told you this yet.
No.
So me and Manuel are at the stoplight in Paulsville, right next to the Burger King. And this car is right next to us. We're in the carpool lane. And it stops in the middle of the fucking, 4-way direction. And it just turned red, and she keeps going, and then she stops right in the middle of the road.
Oh, dude, I have a fucking crazy story to tell about that intersection, too.
And so she puts it in reverse, and then as she's still going in reverse, the light turns green. But she's still going in reverse, not looking at the fucking light. And then I shit you not even a minute later, me and Manuel were going up to Walmart, and we saw a truck spin out and go in the ditch.
Oh, shit.
Dude, it was intense. Me and Manuel, I think that guy was trying to show off. He had a big-ass truck. Trying to compensate for something. But
no, man. A guy with a big truck, never.
He probably has a big wiener. No. I don't.
Big.
So, yeah, we just saw two crazy phenomenons. Like, one was, I guess they were both being idiots now I think about it.
You almost got into a rack today.
Oh, a rack. Yeah.
Rack.
almost got racked.
You got a rack.
Almost got T-Bone today, too. I think I told you that, right?
I have a T-Bone.
You have a T-Bone.
And he's bugging the shit out of us. Fuck. Get out of here.
Butthole? Fucking dog. Anyway, so I was driving to Kitsap Credit Union in Paulsville again. I had Manuel's car. And I went to turn. There was no cars there, I swear to God. And then a car comes out of nowhere. And I almost got T-boned. I was like half a second away from getting, like, probably dead. I would have been dead. It was crazy. What was your story about the intersection over there?
Fucking... I don't know what me and Ty were doing over there. I think we were trying to go to, like, the dollar store or something. Oh, yeah. I think it was when Ty went to prom for the last time. So we were looking around for shit like paint, like cheap paintbrushes because we went and bought paint. And to this day, the man bin is still stained because of that fucking paint because we bought the wrong paint. And so, yeah, we went to the dollar store right there. We were at the light by Elmer's and Burger King.
Yeah.
Right there. And then for some reason, my mind wasn't really, I wasn't thinking.
Your mind was telling you no?
But my body. And so for some reason, I was doing the California stop.
Uh-huh.
Just kept rolling and rolling.
Waiting for it.
And then, because me and Ty were just bullshitting, and so, like, just kept creeping, and then I get out into the intersection, like, and some reason, someone told me to go. The light was still red.
Your heart told you to go?
Mind you, the light was still red, but someone told me to go. I don't know what that entity was that told me to fucking go for it. But instead, I just took my foot off the brake. We kind of, like, pretty quick, like, zoomed out to the intersection. Almost got hit. I looked forward inches away from a fucking SUV.
Really?
And almost got hit. And then for some reason, after it went by, I just floored it across the intersection. Almost got hit twice.
I mean,
by a gray Tacoma. I remember the gray Tacoma, but I remember a white SUV.
I think that's what happens when you run a red light.
Usually.
Speaking of Ty, I have another story. Me and Ty were coming from Bainbridge. We were so in depth in the conversation. I ran a red light, and a car was turning. Almost got T-boned there, too. Because me and Ty just had an in-depth conversation.
Yeah, and then, it's funny. There are a lot of red light stories. Like, Ty was telling me, like, he was riding with my dad not too long ago. And my dad ran a red light, and he, like, had, like, he freaked out, I guess. He was like...
Your dad did?
Yeah, like, oh my God, can't we just do that with you in the car? Da, da, da. It's like, don't tell your mother.
Now it's on the podcast.
And now, in Ty's mind, what was funny to me was like, I see Ron run a red light almost every day.
Fucking A, dude. God, you think, I don't know. I'm a good driver. That's my job.
I'm
so
typically
I have to
a good driver, but it's like, I run around a lot of red lights.
Oh, dude, speaking of running red lights, but driving in general, the wind this week was fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah, I have another fucking story for that.
Yeah, I remember. That's why I brought it up. I went to SeaTac and I had to drive around, and I drove the biggest box truck. But the box truck has no balls. It's slow as fuck.
Oh.
Yeah. So many ways I could go with that. I'm not going to. It's so slow, and I went on the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, and I thought I was going to fucking tip, dude. I was so fucking scared. And I don't know. Well, you never actually told me. Oh, yeah, you did. Maybe you did.
Yeah, so it was
they don't know that.
Lo and behold, it ties into the last podcast, too. Right by Cowlin Creek, actually.
Yeah.
A tree fell across the road. Big ass tree. This isn't a fucking like sapling or anything. A good sized fucking tree. If you've driven by Cowlin Creek as of recently, after the storm, you'll see that big fucking tree across Miller Bay Road.
Yeah.
When I went by it, it had just fallen down. And So
no cops there or anything.
Nothing. No signs. Nothing. When I got to, lo and behold, again, that road we crashed on. Actually, when we got to that road that we crashed on, they were just putting up signs by that road.
God damn, dude. So they didn't even make it down to the tree yet.
That road closed.
Yeah, I saw that's still closed actually today.
Yeah. So they were just putting up those signs. And so this tree had fallen across the road. There was a space between the end of the tree, like the broken end, and the guardrail. And so I was like, you know what?
Fuck it.
I got that.
I shoot the gap.
I got that. And just like got up there, just creeped through, like slow as you could be, like slowest I've ever seen a fucking car go.
Yeah.
Just creeped right through that. And
squeezed through barely?
Yeah, I just barely made it by like the skin of my fucking teeth.
Damn, dude. So when you told me that story, I misheard you. I thought the tree was coming down and there was a small gap between the road and the tree.
Oh no, like
as it was falling.
Like you thought I did like some James Bond
I
shit,
thought
like,
you fucking that's what I told my grandma Nancy. I was like, Ron fucking he was being crazy. He drove under a falling tree. He said, "Oh, that tree's falling. I can make that." That's what I thought the story was, dude. That would have been so much.
That would have been so much cooler, but it's not that cool.
You just creeped around the tree. That's what ended up in reality.
And like I didn't like I was so scared when I got back home because wasn't really paying attention really, and so I was like, "Fuck! I really hope my car's not scratched, not super fucked up or anything like that."
And you're good though.
I'm good.
That's good.
Being good.
Manuel, you got any crazy stories, bro?
About this crazy storm? Probably one of the crazier storms we've seen in the last decade.
Well, not only storms, but driving in general.
Sounds like you had one today.
Yeah, but, well, it was like probably like a year ago, I think. I was coming out from and I didn't realize anything. It was so windy. So on Taunton Road, I was going back to my house, and a fucking tree just fell down. I didn't realize anything. I was just driving. I didn't step on my brakes, anything. Then something like shock on my brain. I was like, fuck, I need to wake up. So I slammed on my brakes, and not kidding, I was like probably 5 to 6 inches away from the tree. And there's a fire starting at the end of the road. So I was like, what should I do? So should I call 911? It was my fucking first time on the States calling 911. So, hello, this is 911, Kitsap, what's your emergency? And I was like, a tree just fell down.
Don't know how to speak English either.
And I didn't know how to speak English at the time. So I was like, fucking tree fell down. And there's I didn't say fucking, but I thought about it. I was like, there's a freaking tree down, and there's like a fire at the end of the road. Where are you? What is your address or whatever? And I was like, I don't know. There's like a school. It's called the ELC or whatever you call it. And there's a gym. There's a Commerce Drive. And it's like, yeah, but where are you? I was like, I don't know. So I told him,
my house?
Yeah, that road from the house.
Taunton.
Yeah, Taunton. I was like, I don't know, Taunton? Okay, what's your name? I was like, do you actually need my name?
Carlos Manuel Alegría Sago.
Yeah,
slow down, sir. I don't know.
It's like, can you spell that for me, please? It's like, oh, fuck.
I don't know how to speak English. Leave me alone.
I barely knew how to freaking talk to her and explain her what happened. And she wanted me to spell everything. And I don't know, it was crazy. And yeah, was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think.
Probably more closer to 2 years. We've been hanging out for a while now. Actually, my first memory of Manuel was in high school. We all took a college. Well, he came to our high school, but I didn't like really know him. I just
pretty much FOB.
I was like, this kid speaks Mexican, you know, just being that little like he speaks Spanish. I can't talk to him. I can't relate to him. Little did I know he was my like one of my first cousins or second cousin. But we took a college trip, and at the time, one of the persons he was living with was supposed to go with us on that college trip to help translate for him. And since I showed up late, the dude couldn't go because that last spot was basically for me because I was a student. So he had to go on a college trip with no translator except our principal, Fabian. Shout out, Fabian. He probably won't listen to this shit, though. But anyway, I tried to relate to him. I was like, hey, Manuel, come sit next to us. And he didn't know how to speak English. He just knew that I pointed at him and pointed at our table. And he's just sitting there eating quietly, you know, because he can't speak English. And
Like, what is he supposed to say to you? Like,
gracias. I don't know. Some shit. Como está, blah blah. I don't know. I don't know Spanish.
¿Dónde está la leche?
Exactly. Where's the milk? I don't know. So yeah, it was one of my first memories of Manuel, and then eventually we just grew closer to each other, and now we're attached to the hip. Whenever you see me, Manuel's literally gonna be with me, or I know exactly where he's at.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. We didn't talk much in high school. Like, we really didn't talk at all in high school, and so like I don't really have a lot of memories with Manuel as far as high school goes. But then like, yeah, we actually connected because me and Jake.
We're also attached at the hip.
Yeah. You find me, you find Jake. Same with Ty.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
So you find me, you find Manuel. You find Ron, you'll find me, or you'll find me, I find Ron, and then Ron will find Ty. We're all connected.
Yeah,
we're
like,
a very tight knit group.
And so like I didn't. Do you know my first memory with you was graduation and your graduation speech and like that. So that was just crazy.
Oh, it was very touching because his broken English was so sweet.
I know, and it just added this sense of purity to it. And it's like, man,
I'm so glad to. What's that
Shit.
word? What's that word?
it like
Be here today.
Yeah.
It was like almost as pure as Tommy's fucking speech.
Yeah, he's what did he say?
Oh,
What's that teacher's name?
Oh shit, what's her name? The science teacher.
The science teacher. Alicia, I like thinking Alicia. Damn, bro, was she really that much of an inspiration to you, or what? Tommy's cool. Shout out Tommy. I don't think he listens to this shit either.
No, he just listens to audiobooks.
Big facts, dude. What if we made an audiobook? Just a big old audiobook of us just talking shit. It's basically this. All we gotta do is put
we
it
can
on
make
the
an
book.
audiobook of your book.
Dude, what? Yes, we're doing it. I don't care. We're doing it.
Oh, what were we gonna say, Manuel?
Oh, about the speech. I don't remember if it was Fabian or my translator teacher. She was like, she showed me a video of like some movie about a kid doing a speech.
About another gay Mexican kid doing a speech.
You got me there. Anyway, someone told me, it's like, yeah, you have to make it like this. You have to make it like you're actually enjoying it.
Dude, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Make it your own. That's what I say.
Like I was planning, but freaking I don't remember who
This
was.
is how you do it. Watch this video. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like watch it and then you act like that and then you know if you want to cry then cry, and I was like,
Did you cry? I don't
wanna cry.
remember. Did you cry?
Yeah.
I tear
You
up.
cried?
Well, the thing is
I can't laugh though. Go ahead.
the
Continue.
reason is because I moved from Mexico to here, and I was doing GED just in case
To get your JOB or GOB. Sorry. go
Anyway,
ahead.
so I was doing my GED just in case I didn't pass high school.
But you were like one of the smartest kids. The
Well,
only barrier was English, but you were one of the smartest kids, I thought.
Yeah, I got 4 point. No, well, that's another story. Anyway,
We'll get into that. Go ahead.
yeah. So, what was it?
You're talking about your speech.
Oh yeah, about
Yeah, talk about how that bitch tried to make you. You do like a template basically to like.
This is how you do it. No, fuck off.
So the reason why I cry, kind of, it's because before I was gonna say my speech or something, my mom and my translator teacher, they came over to me and they're like, we have good news. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, I'm about to graduate. Like, that's the good news. It's like, no, you actually passed your GED or SAT, some other stupid
SATs?
test. Yeah, the SATs. That's
SATs,
what it
like,
was.
you know,
The STIs? Do you got STIs? I'm just kidding. You know what that is?
No.
Sexual transmitted infections?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
STDs.
No, there's also STIs.
Oh,
Do you have STDs too?
no.
You passed your SATs, your STDs, my STIs. I got them all, baby.
My GED, my G, so I get a GOB.
So anyway, good news. You passed your SATs.
That's why I fucking cried. And there was this girl from the Kids Hub Sun. She came and took a picture of us. It's like, actually, I don't want you to take a picture of me when I'm crying. When I start freaking crying, my red turns like a fucking tomato.
Not only that, dude, you had really, really long hair. Long curly
Yeah,
hair, and you
long,
were chubby.
Beautiful locks.
You're like
Oh, yeah.
little chubbier.
I was fucking skinny. I got here to the States skinny. Like, I used to weigh like 100 and something pounds. Actually, I have on my ID somewhere. But I
That's
start eating
fake,
a
dude.
Mexican
Everyone
food.
lies on their ID, bro. What are you talking about?
What was that? Maybe it was like, if like you ever went missing and they used my actual weight on my ID, I'm fucked.
I'm fucking. I'm not gonna be found. We're looking for a 240 kid, and then I'm sitting here like 300 pounds. Fuck.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna get founded.
Oh man, I hope they find him.
Yeah, dude. I remember though. I also cried during my graduation.
Yeah, you cried like a little bitch.
Dude. So, but I went off my fucking off the brain, off the
Yeah.
top. I like thank everyone here, you know, blah blah blah. And then I just remember started crying.
And I just laughed at you and Ty because you both cried.
Dude, you were Ty cried?
Yeah, Ty cried.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
That's awesome. You're the only one who didn't cry. No,
I didn't
dude,
cry.
you were a G. First thing you did was take a selfie with the whole class of 2018. Or, what am I, idiot?
2016.
2016. I don't even know when I graduated, yo. It was 2 years
We
ago.
went to CK. Just like,
It was 2 years ago, asshole. I
People
apparently,
forget.
I apparently forgot.
You obviously forgot.
Where do I work? No. Yeah, you took a picture with the class, and I thought that was such a G move. Did you plan that shit?
No.
Dude,
I planned, you know when I planned it? When we were sitting up there. Just like,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, because that's the cool thing about such a small class of 2016 that the principal and everyone up there let everyone talk if they wanted to. And I believe I was the first one to go, besides this valedictorian or something.
Yeah,
right?
valedictorian.
And then he's like, would I like to open the mic? And I'm pretty sure I was the first one to stand.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got everyone to stand except for like a couple people.
Yeah, I was already had in mind that I was going to stand. So.
But it was so cool to me. Like, you probably have me in the background crying and shit. But yeah, first things first. And you took a picture like a G. And I've been rambling about this for
Yeah,
like 2 minutes.
it's on my Instagram at Ronnie Rose.
Doing the plugs already. You can follow me at I don't even know my Instagram name. Diesel something. My rap name. Yeah. So
yeah, and then that was like, that was kind of my first memory, Manuel, was us graduating. And then we just kind of grew like naturally, and it just like was so seamless. It was kind of like our relationship. Like I remember a point in time I couldn't really tell you what made us click though. Like it was just so organic.
It was
and just like,
yeah. It was just there. It was there. We never saw it until one day, which we can't put our fucking finger on.
And it's
just like boom, like
and
that.
it's like he just fit so perfectly. And like it's weird because we're all so different, but it's like we're all the same in a really weird fucking way.
Exactly, dude. Exactly, dude. No kidding. No kidding. See, that's what he says. He says that. He says no kidding all the time.
He says that, and he barely speaks English.
But when I met Manuel, like, I found out his last name was Saigo, and I was like, bro, my grandma Nancy Saigo. You're my cousin, bro. And then like I just like dabbed him up. Hello, I was like, bro, we're family. And then like we just ended up listening to Mac Miller, Thoughts on a Balcony, smoking cigarettes, and we got close and close.
Yeah, I remember
and close.
like that's when you guys were living in Bremerton.
Yeah, the
apartment.
Rent apartments.
Yeah, the apartment by the Navy base.
Which was a sick, dude. Your guys' balcony was my favorite spot.
Yeah,
it was the best.
So many good memories there.
Yeah, it was fun. We played Halo all night that one time.
Played Mario Kart. I remember that.
Oh yeah, Mario Party. Remember that? Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party.
That game's a shit. Shout out Mario Parties. Sponsor me. Us. SCB Media. Start doing random plugs throughout the whole podcast. Fuck it. Yeah, so high school was crazy though.
High school was crazy.
For all three of us.
All fucking three of us.
Legit, all three of us. Now I really think about it, yours was really fucking crazy. I'm glad I fucking lived through it. And then Manuel had to switch a completely different country. You know, that's cunt. I just wanted to do that. I just
felt like doing that.
Yeah, it's now that I think about it, it's crazy.
Yeah, same with Ty. Ty had a crazy ride too.
Yeah.
Like, and like I'm kind of like he's kind of the reason why I had a crazy ride.
I want him on this podcast too. You know, we need to get him here. But he'll eventually get here.
Eventually, but it's like
that's how this was supposed to be. It was supposed to start out with all of us, and it eventually was me and you for the first three.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got Manuel here though. That's fucking sick. Finally, Manuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into it a little bit. So, you want to start it off, or do you want me to?
Where do you want me to start, sir? I'll let you start.
You want me to start?
No, I don't have one off the top of my brain.
Okay. Yeah, just run through high school, like, because we all had crazy fucking runs. So it's like,
Yeah, I could if you want.
You want to start or you want me to start?
You can start, bro.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, I was...
Wait, let me start. No, I'm just kidding. Just give the listeners a hard time.
I had to go through high school twice.
Yeah.
And, the first time around...
Same. This guy.
First time around, I was pretty much a nobody.
You were there.
I was there. I took up space, and that was used up resources. That was about it.
Yeah.
Failed all my classes first time around, and just
did it click with you? Like, did you feel like a failure, or did you just I'm forced to be here?
In my mind, I had so many other resources at my disposal because at the time, my freshman year, that's when I started filming skateboarding a lot, And so
when you and Ty got into
it. I felt like I was progressing enough to where I didn't really need high school, and I felt like I had a crutch almost.
Like you were almost better than that, above and beyond.
Yeah,
high school.
I was better.
Past that shit now.
Better than I actually was, which I definitely was not.
But that's every teenager's ego. I'm better than that
dude,
shit.
I don't fucking need that. I know what I'm doing.
I don't need to learn English.
And so up in by my freshman year to my my senior year came.
Yeah.
I had less than half the required credits. I think it was somewhere a little over a quarter, a
Your
third.
GPA must have been 1.2.
Yeah,
or some shit.
it was I think I barely broke the 2s.
Damn, bro.
And so
you were a dummy.
Yeah, I was dumb. I knew I could do the shit. I could do all the work, but I just chose not to.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people got it twisted. When I would do shit, people were wow, you actually fucking know.
Wow, you can do that?
I'm yeah, I can fucking do it.
Fuck off, bro. I
can fucking do it. I couldn't do it. I just choose not to for whatever fucking reason.
Ego.
Just I'm a fucking ego. And then Ty kind of had the same mentality, but he was at the same time skateboarding, and not only that, Ty was standoffish as a kid.
Yeah.
Ty was really standoffish as a kid, and so he. I'm not gonna tell Ty's story. Incident happened. Ty got kicked out of school. They brought me in same time as Ty.
Yeah.
Because
you're the brother.
I'm the brother.
Guilty with association or some shit.
Guilty by association, basically. And none of that. Like I was saying, I was just there basically taking up resources, taking up space.
Yeah.
And there was a rumor at the time going around that they were only keeping Native American students there for money or some shit.
For show or to show that they cared about the natives.
Cultural diversity or some shit like that. And there was a rumor, but that's not true because then they wouldn't have kicked out as many native students as they did.
Fucking assholes.
Because then it was around that time it was me, Ty, Bryson, and
shout out Bryson
and a few others
Rafi? Didn't Rafi?
No, Rafi graduated flying colors.
You nerd.
Yeah,
hella nerd.
Because Rafi got to do cool shit in high school. He traveled the world and shit. His senior year, he got to go to Europe and shit. And that
what?
Was, yeah.
You could have done that.
I could have done that, but I was just a dumb fucking
better than
kid.
that.
Yeah, in my mind, I was above all that. And so, but yeah, I was really upset at the time.
Yeah.
But now I kind of get it.
But
I thought they were just bunching me in. If they're gonna if they're gonna expel Ty, we might as well expel that fucking kid too.
He's brown. Expel him.
We're not gonna miss him. And
racist piece of shit.
But now it's I get it because I was costing them more money than I was worth.
You just weren't even. You'd go there, fail, eat lunch, fail some more, go home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude. And then not that I hung out with a bad crowd. I wasn't a bad kid. I was far from a bad kid. I stayed in the house and played Red Dead Redemption for 14 hours a day. And
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
right?
and Grand Theft Auto 5 when you bought it for me.
Dude.
That was on my birthday. It released on my birthday, 2013. So I'd play that for 14 hours a day.
Best birthday present ever, huh? Gotcha, bro.
And then, kicked me out. Me and Ty were back and forth for 3 years. Me and Ty were in and out of GED classes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were when you guys first came down. You didn't go right into
CKA.
We
didn't go to CKA.
But I remember seeing you guys. I was like, hell yeah, Ron and Ty here. And then I slowly talked to you bro, this school's cool. And
it wasn't necessarily our decision to go back to school.
Yeah.
They realized that because me and Ty we were above and beyond. Me and Ty were finishing courses in a week.
Yeah.
In our GED class, and everybody knows. I mean, that's not to talk down on GED programs, but from a professional standpoint,
like get these kids to school.
A GED isn't quite as revered as a diploma.
Yeah.
And so, in their mind, it was
like these kids can do it.
Yeah, these kids can do it. Like they were showing they could do the shit. Like because at the time, me and Ty were like, thought we were getting like, at the time we thought we were getting up there in age because Ty was 18, I was 19. In all reality, we were just getting up there in age for skateboarding.
Yeah.
That was our whole thing. So we thought we needed.
You thought you were running out of time.
Yeah. So we needed a backup plan.
Yeah.
And so we proved that we could do the shit because like I don't know, like
you'd pass the shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're proving that we're
like
not that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then like
Zach's dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. And so I remember Lucy came to us like, yeah, like
you guys.
We want you guys to go to school.
Go to school. Yeah.
And you know what was funny about that though?
What's
is
that?
like the entire time me and Ty were in and out of GED classes.
Yeah.
Our dad's threat was, if you don't pass this, I'm sending your ass back to high school.
And it necessarily wasn't a bad thing.
No, and then you know what else was funny after that? He was opposed to us going back to high school.
After you guys got the option.
Yeah.
Like, no, you guys should just finish GED.
He's like,
You literally just said, Dad, you're going to threaten us with it. Now we can get it. Now you don't want us to do it? What the fuck?
And like he was like, I raised you to finish what you started. And it's like,
yeah.
And so it's like,
well, originally I started high school, Dad. I should probably go finish that.
And so like, but yeah, it wasn't necessarily as seamless as the transition as everybody thinks it is, us going to CK.
Yeah, I actually forgot about the whole GED thing. That's kind of blew my mind again.
And like, and me and Ty were with it because you were there.
Yeah, dude.
You were at CKA. And
I remember though, for like the first, I want to say, couple months, you guys kind of didn't want to be known as Jake's cousins. You want to be known as Ron and Ty.
Yeah.
And then that happened really fucking fast. Now it's Jake, Ron, and Ty. It was
And so like I remember, me and Ty were opposed to it at first.
Yeah.
And we probably wouldn't have gone back if you weren't at CKA.
Yeah.
Because still me and Ty, as far as high school goes, we were thinking we're up there in age.
Yeah.
We're like older than these kids. In all reality, there were a few kids in there the same age as us. But it's like,
so I'm a big
big part of it. So it's
big part of your graduation.
And so
I'll take it.
And so like yeah, me and Ty were like, oh man, we're gonna be the older kids in there. And then
yeah.
And then that wound up being true for me because like I not only had to do one extra, I had to do two.
Yes.
Well, half a year.
So Ty was entered in my grade at the time, and then you got entered in a grade above us.
Yeah.
And then you got bad news towards the end of that year, the first year.
Yeah, they said that I was doing well, but given my past
yeah,
that I didn't have as much progress as I made.
Yeah.
As going back to high school, it wasn't quite enough. And quite honestly, it was a miracle that I made as much progress as I did that year.
Yeah.
But still, like,
it wasn't enough.
It still wasn't enough.
Because you fucked up your first go. But that's the crazy thing about, like, just life in general. You go down these paths, and you and Ty ended up going down this path to graduate with me. And we talked about that when we were younger.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would be a little more seamless for that transition. But yeah, let's get into it.
I'm sorry. It was just... I don't know. It still blows my mind, like, the fact that when you guys were up in Bellingham and I was down here, you guys would come down and then you hang out with Johnny, and then, like, I'd go over because you guys were over and I want to hang out with Johnny. And we always talked about, like, wouldn't that be crazy if we could all graduate together?
And like, we kind of spoke it into existence. Like,
yeah, it really just, like, we believed it so much it happened. And, like, I just remember...
And at the time, I thought it was a pretty bad thing. Like, oh, man, 2 extra years. 6 years in high school, that's insane. And then I was like, I can't think of any other
way.
Yeah, I just can't imagine any other way.
I couldn't imagine it without you guys being there at graduation with me. And, you know, just it was such a crazy experience. It was... So, for me, personally, it's like... I felt super bad for you when, like, you found out the news you're getting, like, you had to do 1 more year. Like... You were heartbroken. Not to put you on blast right now, but you were heartbroken. Anyone would be heartbroken. But then in the middle of summer, I just realized, like, that means he's gonna graduate with me and Ty. That's fucking cool. And then little did we know we had this gay Mexican kid who's our brother,
Why do I have to be like the gay Mexican?
Because you haven't been on the first 3.
Oh.
I'm just gonna put you on blast. I don't know. No, but I just life leads us down this crazy path. Let's get really deep with it for the listeners. Yeah, I can't believe it happened like that. But for me, it was, I don't know. My story is like a little crazy, because I almost fucking died. I don't know if I want to get into that on this one. I'll skip all the big steps.
No. That's not how you fucking do it.
What are we at?
35 minutes. You're good.
35 minutes. Okay.
So I think I told Jake this before, that you guys were talking about, you know, like you and Ty and Jake being like really into each other, like, you know, hanging out and all that stuff.
Real tight knit.
Yeah,
real tight.
We cuddled all the time.
So
That was nice.
Which is a lie.
We really did.
So I was telling Jake, I think I told you like so many times already, and once he asked me, it's like, what it would be of you if I wasn't on your life, or you guys. And I was like, well, the first thing will be that I would just go back to my country. There's no other reason why I would stay here besides my job and my family, but my family got all fucked up. The only thing I have now is like my Mexican family, but now I have you guys. And I don't think I told you this before.
Oh, don't cry, Ron. Don't cry.
Or Ty, but yeah, if it wasn't for you guys, I would be back in my hometown.
You don't want to go to that shit though, dude. Honestly, I got you. I didn't get you your job at Seafoods, but I very much helped you. You were stuck at Cayena, which isn't a bad place necessarily.
It's not necessarily a great place either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I convinced Manuel. I was like, yo, just come apply for Seafoods.
And I remember you were so exhausted all the fucking time because you were working both places for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I
Yeah.
forgot about that shit, too. Man, dude, sleep apnea really fucks your life up.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this. My phone's just going off. I'll check that. Manuel, you can tell your high school story. Mine can wait.
What high school story?
Your experience.
Well, nothing.
Nothing. Oh, hold on. No. I graduated.
Whole lot of gang shit.
Well, I guess he did kind of explain it, like in the beginning, how
Yeah.
he passes SATs. So I
Well,
guess
that
he-
was
His
pretty much it.
STIs.
Like,
STS.
like most of the time I was hanging out with my translator teacher.
Because that's the only person that can
She was
understand
my
you.
freaking best friend. Yeah, pretty much. Well, her Spanish was from Spain, so there was some words.
Yeah.
They wasn't like my Spanish, but she was the only one at school that knew that I smoked cigarettes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Loki, she was
Sorry,
like,
guys.
and Loki, she was like, guess what? I was like, what? She's like, I go to the back of the casino where nobody can see me, and I smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes, and I come back. I was like, so you're telling me you secrets? It's like, yeah, aren't we friends? I was like, no, you're my translator teacher. And something stupid happened between Fabian and saying like, you guys can't be friends, you guys can't hang out. I was like, we're not hanging out. She's my translator teacher. I have to be with her basically all day at school. But
Because
that's
otherwise
what-
I won't be able to say what the fuck I want to say. Because
Yeah.
it's like,
and the first time I got my fucking GED, because in Mexico we have a totally different like grades.
like system. Like,
Yeah, we have from 5. It's like you're like go back to whatever you came from and start a job or whatever. And we have 5 to 10 instead of A to C or D or F, whatever.
oh, yeah. So it's a lot like, we had a scale like that in elementary school, too. It was like a 1 through 4, and like 1 was like the worst, 4 was like the best. And
Yeah. So when I got my first GED, it was a 4.0. And I was like, I was pissed. I started crying. I yelled at my mom. I was like, why did I got a 4? Because a 4 for me is really bad.
yeah.
So she was like, that's actually great news. It's like, no, I'm fucking up all my high school.
Fucking up.
Whatever. And well, the first thing I have to, my plan to come to the to high school was be in 12th grade and graduate that year. But Fabian was like, oh, it's because your English is not good enough. I was like, I don't speak English at all. It's like, all right, well, you have to go back to 11th grade, and that's when I started hanging out with you guys. Well,
No,
was it
after
not
high school.
After high school? It's like,
After graduation.
but I kind of understand you guys more.
Probably just because we were loud.
Yeah.
You just knew that everyone was laughing and we were
And
loud.
we had a very simple set of English.
Yeah. Yes, no, I don't know. Gay. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what you guys were talking about, but sick. My dad interrupted me. Thanks, Dad. He's not gonna listen to this shit either.
You fucker?
You fucker? I don't know. I want to say father fucker, but is that weird?
Father fucker.
You father fucker? He's gonna listen to that and just shake his head. He's gonna be like, wow, my son's a dick.
That's another thing I didn't need to know, son.
Just put him on blast real quick. Yep.
So Manuel got into it.
Yeah, my high school thing was okay for a little bit.
And it's
Then,
just like
Just you had no friends really. Fuck. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's what
turn your phone on
actually.
silent, you piece of fucking
Well,
shit.
fuck my dad.
I'm in the middle of my fucking story. Can you please shut it off?
Look, he's so funny.
Oh, hello, Clinton.
God, he pisses me off. And this is on the podcast.
Anyway, like, it was good, just that part that I didn't have any friends, and it was sad for a little bit.
It was good you had no friends.
Yeah, actually,
That
because
sounds nice.
that's-
Actually.
I believe that's the reason why I got a 4.0 GPA. Because I had no friends and I didn't talk to anybody.
All your friends are dead. Yeah.
See, I was the total opposite. I had no friends my first time in high school, and I still did shitty. Like,
There you go.
I had Rafi, that was it, and Devin and Ty.
I connected with just about everybody, and I managed to pass your high school normal, like a normal kid. You guys are fucking weirdos. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, you also went to CKA, you fucker.
Damn, I'm just gonna put CKA on blast like that.
I do it all the fucking time.
It's because I went to CKA. Yeah, I guess I could get into my little shbop. Hey, shbop. Just make random noises. Oh, dude, by the way, remember in the first podcast where I was like, when you don't know what to do, so you make random moaning sounds? Manuel does that all the time. And then I catch him giggle because I think he knows I said that in the first podcast. You don't know what to do, and you're just like,
All right, you're fucking stalling here.
I am stalling. I'm big stalling. So, I want to say right after middle school, in about probably 9th grade, I guess, is when everyone was telling me, wow, you snore really, really loud.
Which you did.
I did. I did. And I didn't want to do anything about it, so I didn't. All throughout high school, I didn't, and I got worse and worse. It was sleep apnea, and I still didn't do it after I graduated.
Yeah. And I remember, like, it was so bad, like, you would fall asleep literally anywhere.
In class. Anywhere. I could lay on the ground in the gym while everyone's playing basketball. I could fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I could lay by your car. I could fall asleep. It was just ridiculous.
You'd sit down in a chair anywhere, you'd fucking fall asleep.
And, like, obviously throughout high school, if you look in the yearbooks, like, I started out high school, like, you know, kind of little sharp dressing. And throughout the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I got fatter and fatter and grosser and grosser.
You just wore what fit.
Yeah, it just wore what would fit. I didn't
And
care.
I know the feeling because I was the exact same way.
I just wore basketball shorts and a big-ass hoodie.
Yep.
And whatever tennis shoes I could find. And it's, well, actually, I always liked shoes, but probably not as much as you. Anyway, but high school was just a struggle for me because I'd fall asleep anywhere and everywhere, and I had no control of it. I did not sleep at night. I was struggling for air. I was, like, on the verge of dying every fucking night. Twitching really bad. I remember you guys telling me that I used to twitch really, like, really fucking bad.
And there would be times you, like...
Stop breathing.
Yeah.
And then wouldn't hear it for a minute. And then
you wouldn't hear it for a fucking time.
And then back to snoring really loud. And then I'd wake up. And, like, I was struggling for air. I wasn't sleeping. And it was just a scary moment in my life that I had no, like... what do you call it? Realization of it, because I was just living day to day. I didn't know what was going on with me. I just knew that I fell asleep all the time, but I was also
kind of oblivious with it. Like,
yeah, I lived with it. I learned to live with it, and I was like,
and kind of accepted that, almost to the point where, like, oh, I guess this is just my life.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't afraid to die. You know, like, I didn't want to die. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to die, but I wasn't afraid to if it happened.
Like, yeah. It's not the worst thing that could happen. I was like, what the fuck? What is the worst that could happen to him?
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing that could happen.
So it's just like all throughout high school, I just got bigger and bigger because, you know, your body needs rest. Like, I'd go to the workout with you guys or whatever. I got no rest. I'd just be draining myself even more. I was literally running on empty and then going to work out. Horrible. So I don't even know how the fuck I passed high school because when we were doing our finals, I fell asleep in finals. I don't know how many times. I probably fell asleep at graduation. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. And that's the shitty thing about it. I don't remember a lot of the great memories that you're supposed to remember in high school. All the fun things I did, I remember the bare minuscule. Everything's a big blur from 9th to 12th grade. I just remember you guys eventually came and we all graduated together. And it was amazing.
There were a few things that happened between then and...
Yeah.
A few.
But there's also, like, a bigger, deeper story going into this, like, my sleep apnea thing that you can find out on my book if you read it. I'm writing a book, a little bit about that, but it's supposed to be a pretty sick book. I hope people read it. I know you'll read it. I know Manuel will read it.
If we put it in an audiobook, Tommy will read it.
Yeah. Tommy, if I make an audiobook, will you read my shit, please? Will you listen to it? That'd be sick.
I guess you don't really read an audiobook.
You don't. I went
to CK. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck. But, yeah. High school was crazy for all three of us. And I wish Ty was here to share his experience as well.
Because he had just a wild fucking ride.
And just, like, the fact that, you know, all of us stayed together still. And then Manuel was an addition into our group right after high school.
Because I think we were all struggling with certain situations at a pretty similar time, I'd say. So I think that's another, not to just like totally brush everything off, but I think that's another thing that helped us as a whole. It was like
bond.
Yeah.
The struggle. It was different struggles. Everyone had different struggles.
And for me, I think it was similar struggles, just at different times.
Oh, yeah. We're looking for my Juul because I'm a Juul douche. Sponsor me, Juul. I'm just say that every podcast from now on until they sponsor me. Give me free cool cucumber Juul pods, bro. You know?
Mango, bro.
Mango. Oh, you like mango a lot more than cool cucumber?
Yeah, mango is the best one.
It's like really girly-ish.
It's a fucking Juul.
Yeah, we're all douches. What's the time looking like, bro? Brother? Look it up, brother.
You kind of brushed over your story there, but you know we'll just go ahead and look past that.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can read it in my book. I don't want to reveal all my biggest, darkest flaws on the podcast. Not yet, anyway. We're only in the 4th one. It's supposed to make everyone know basically my life story in the 4th podcast. That leaves no mysterious element to our next podcast. Like, we still didn't tell the Why You're Afraid of Geese story that we hinted at the second one.
Yeah. And then why you're afraid of small women behind the counter getting you food.
I don't know, dude. It's a thing. Like, it's a love-hate thing.
Like, right now, I really hate it.
Yeah. What's the time looking like?
I'm sitting at a little over 48 minutes.
Dude, you want to call it? That's a good 48. Mm-hmm. We've been sticking in the 40s.
Might as well. That's a respectable time.
It's
for some reason, like, an hour seems like a little too long for me. It's nice if you, like, you know, if you have cooler things to say. So
yeah.
And so, like, if you're Joe Rogan or someone, or
yeah, if we ever get to that point,
or for like the Palmer Squares,
and
like
we'll get
hour
to that
is
point.
Like perfect.
Yeah,
like I was saying, if you have cooler things to say, which we don't. So
not yet. We'll have. There's always going to be content for us because we just live life every day.
Oh yeah.
And we can speak about the real struggle. Like today, I almost broke out in a leg cramp in the middle of work. That's horrible shit, dude. I hate that.
Oh yeah, dude. You know what else happened today? I fucking slipped at work.
Oh, I saw that on your Snapchat, dude. You busted your knee.
Yeah, again? I fucking fell and busted my shit again. But I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not trying to.
You're gonna leave the mysterious element there, bro. All right. Well, let's clock out of this podcast, I guess. Manuel, you got anything to say? You want to plug anything?
You fall at work either?
You fall at work too? No, dude. I hit him in the shin with the what do you call it? Hand cart. I hit him right in the fucking shin. It was funny.
He had me on the shin with the handcart. Then today he almost like, I don't want to say stabbed me, but he kind of like broke my whatever toe with the forklift.
I almost drove him over in the forklift. It was pretty cool.
He was getting a freaking toad and just went through it, and I was like, dude, my fucking feet.
Yeah, it was funny. All right, well, I'm gonna say peace out, stay sexy, and if you listen to this, sick. If you don't, that's sick too. Like, comment, subscribe, give me and Ron feedback. If not, you can go fuck yourself. No. If you listen, that's cool though. All right, I'm done.
And
Peace
we'll
out.
see you next Saturday. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.